The principal subject of our video today is Nancy, a young woman who is looking for a nice but used car. Nancy has found a car that she likes, but before she can buy it, she has to get insurance, so she checks with her social media circles and family members and decides to visit a local independent insurance agent named Jill. While Jill sells several brands of insurance, she likes State Value best and recommends it most often. State Value offers Jill a user-friendly agent portal that captures clients' information rapidly and easily. Jill's portal works no matter where she is, via her web browser, assisted with all channel access to all devices, and mobile apps for when she's on the small screen. Behind the scenes, State Value opens a new prospect profile for Nancy as Jill begins to take her information, which in turn begins to populate Jill's screen as it goes using a type of artificial intelligence. Their profile system learns a little more about Jill's preferences and behaviors every time she uses it. It's also beginning to learn about Nancy as well when an exception occurs that cannot be easily solved with more self-service artificial intelligence, called Know Me, Help Me, and Value Me by one Progressive insurance company executive. The decision to offer or engage a State Value service representative is another job of the artificial intelligence at work behind the scenes. Out of multiple options, Dan is the available representative selected as best for this task, and in this case, he'll be asked to launch a voice call to Jill. Like Jill, Dan has access to his representative's portal regardless of his location, as he's working from home here due to inclement weather. Dan's screen dynamically adapts to the task he needs to perform, and here is an example of what it might look like at the moment he's asked to make the call to Jill. Dan is primed with media-centric tools and a complete past and present contact and transaction history, with present browsing history showing and past history via rapid drill-down tools. Dan's screen also offers directional scripting that enables him to best align with Jill and Nancy while also being very efficient in getting the job done accurately. Dan's screen also shows him both Nancy's building prospect profile as well as information on Jill's agency profile, transaction records, and other information that Dan can use to make Jill and Nancy's experience a most positive one, and also enable him to do it rapidly and accurately. Since the application already knew the place Jill began to hesitate when completing the quote builder form, Dan is given an overview of the situation to help him get Jill through this question. He's also enabled by automated coaching based on both voice and screen progression. To help Dan in case he's not able to rapidly help Jill, he is also given the best options for escalation and subject matter expert engagement. Dan's portal will also allow him to launch internal or external requests for information with presence and dynamic interruptibility status for potential recipients inside his company. It can do the same for those on the peripheral, like Jill, who not only uses State Value's provided agent portal in her office or mobile, but also a rich set of unified communication features and functions that make Jill seem like a fully integrated member of the State Value organization, or in the eyes of Nancy, as if all of State Value's resources and technologies are there to serve Jill's agency. Behind the scenes, State Value Operations Management uses intuitive dashboards to manage both real-time and longer-term attainment of key business metrics and to understand granular activity, giving them a 360-degree view of their operation. It also offers equally intuitive tools to change business rules that drive the artificial intelligence and the workflow engine that ensures the best possible outcome regardless of the work at hand. Among the key performance indicators that management is concerned with are things like the individual attainment of goals, such as the often opposing targets of customer service perception and operational efficiency. Other key summarized metrics likely include first attempt resolution, staff utilization, and social media-based Net Promoter Score, which is mined automatically in real time from multiple sources, including direct Facebook news and Twitter feeds. State Value Quality staff focuses on customer perception using tools that capture behavior both in voice and on screen, and can set business rules on these systems that coach workers in real time. Supervisory staff can focus most on real-time adherence to plan, both in the staffing model, the individual workers, and the quality projected to customers. Each person on the supervisory and management teams can create their ideal dashboard in terms of information needed and when. The agent Dan stays on the line until Jill has what she needs to complete the form. Throughout all of these steps, updates were added to the always growing and refining agent and prospect profiles for future use. Jill presses the Complete Quote button, and a text is sent to Nancy's mobile device as per the information already in her profile for contact preferences. The text contains a link that Nancy will touch, and to her delight will take her not just to an image of her quote, but it will take her there via a dynamically mashed up custom policyholder online portal that gives Nancy a taste of what it's like to be a State Value customer. The portal is also branded with Jill's agency name so that Nancy sees value in both, and this helps Jill see extra value in State Value too. Jill tells Nancy that she should become a State Value policyholder. She can access any kind of help 24/7 by 365 via the custom portal, and if available and preferable on Nancy's part, Jill will be the first person engaged when she asks for live help. Then Jill thanks Nancy and heads off to do some shopping. Later that evening, Nancy thinks how great her experience with Jill and State Value were. But as a diligent shopper, she also checks the competition. Nancy decided to buy the policy with State Value through Jill's agency by accessing her personalized State Value portal via her mobile device. She had many options to ask more questions before she purchased the policy, but felt confident she'd seen all she needed to make the right decision.
Pray to God you're not going to crash this car too, are you?
Hope not.
You better
No.
I will come after